everybody.
Now, some of you weren't on our last Cramshits call where I had a very silly presentation. I wanted to actually keep it pretty serious this time. So here we have the number 1.
Cool.
Here we have the number 2.
All right.
Well, we moved
3,
it.
4,
Oh my god.
5,
Damn.
6,
for escalated.
Yo, can we get to 10?
7.
I think we can get to 10.
What comes after
9.
close? Oh, 9.
Can we
Okay.
get it?
Now, I see the history of numbers. See, counting has been a part of every culture since prehistoric times. Archaeologists have found records of bones that actually have tally marks on them. The first numerical system that actually places value on the symbols that they write. So, for instance, this symbol means this specific number instead of a symbol tally came from 3400 BC in Mesopotamia.
Oh, yeah.
Now, nearly every civilization has their own form of the numerical system. Two of the most common ones that we know of today are the Roman numerals, the I, you know, and the Hindu-Arabic numeral system that we actually use in nearly every single country. Now, these systems are incredibly important, way more important than people give them credit for being able to bridge the gaps between many different cultures. If I write the number 6, someone in Japan knows that that is the number 6, even though Japanese and English are 2 completely different languages. So, when we see the number 2, we instantly know at least 2 things. We know that after it comes the number 3. We know that before it came the number 1. Now, if we see the number 10, same concept. We know that the number 9 came before it. This universal recognition connects people, again, from various different cultures and languages. And that brings us to today's topic.
They can't keep getting away with this!
Now, specifically, I want to hone in on this gentleman in the middle. His name is Sporticus. If there's something you might notice about him, let me just get a closer look here on this body.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Do you notice that right there?
Oh.
That's the number 10.
Hey yo.
Now, as we understand from number systems, we know that to be number 10 would imply that there was a number 9 before him.
Oh my god.
So today, we'll be discussing the meaning of numbers. And more importantly, what happened to Sporticus 9? Now, see, now, we know that there was a Sporticus 9. Now, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the pilot of the series. From the pilot, we are introduced to Lazy Town. Its main antagonist, Robbie Rotten. He overlooks the town. It's in disrepair. The basketball courts aren't used. The tracks are run down. And he looks through it and is like, wow, this is such a great job. Lazy Town is, quote, the laziest town on the planet, and I'm going to keep it that way. Now, that is contrasted when the niece of the mayor means, well, the niece named Stephanie, she comes to town and she wants to play. She wants to be active. Robbie Rotten does not like that. He stops her. So, when going back to her uncle, Mayor Meanswell describes to her a story that he heard in the past about a superhero that would protect the town. He doesn't remember many details, but he knows that there was a number 9 on his chest.
There's more?
Oh my god.
So Stephanie
More?
goes to write a letter to him using the methods that Mayor Meanswell notices. Now, Stephanie contacts this hero, but instead of Sporticus 9 coming, Sporticus 10 arrives. And here I'm just going to play the arrival of Sporticus number 9, Sporticus number 10.
Are you number 9?
Nope. I'm number 10. My name is Sporticus.
I'm Stephanie. Pleased to meet you.
Another one?
What the fuck? I don't. Oh my god.
What the fuck? This is actually.
I've
So,
never watched
What
this
do
show
we
in my
know about Sporticus number 9? The answer? Not much. So I had to do some digging.
Oh my god.
like any good journalist, I went
No fucking roll.
where I messaged Magnus Sheving, the creator of Lazy Town, and the star who plays Sporticus in both the live-action productions and the TV show. And I asked him, was there any significance to Sporticus being number 9 or number 10? I apologize. Unfortunately, he never responded.
No.
Now, this could be due to the fact that I sent this on Thursday, and his last post on Instagram was summer of 2020.
Can you please check again?
I have been checking regularly. Trust me, I have been checking regularly. But I like to think that it's because he does not have a steady answer. So I had to do some digging on my own. Sporticus number 9, he used to be the hero of the town. Mayor Meanswell only has ever heard stories of him, meaning that Sporticus 9 was around before Mayor Meanswell was in town. Robbie is at least familiar with Sporticus 9, and when Stephanie tried to send Sporticus a letter, Robbie knows exactly what is going to happen, that letter is going to go to the hero. Now, he might not know that it's Sporticus 10 and not Sporticus 9, but he clearly recognizes what that hero is. So, Mayor Meanswell describes the hero as coming from an island in the North Sea. Now that, I found through my research, is clearly a reference to the show's history. Now, if you aren't familiar with their Lazy Town lore, which I assume you all are, Lazy Town actually started out as a stage production in Iceland. So I went back to Glani Gleiber y Latibai, the second stage production, which introduces Glani Gleiber, who was translated as Robbie Rotten. So I was like, okay, well, he's probably just going to be the hero from before it was a TV show. So I go back, and this is his appearance. And it's pretty different. It is an orange color scheme. Hold on. Hold on.
Not like this.
Zooming hands.
Is that a 10? He's Sporticus 10 as well? So I had to do a little bit more digging. Now, I went through various threads. I'm not the only one that's asked this question, and many people have been dying to hear the answer. Now, there's a theory that Robbie Rotten knows about the other Sporticus because Robbie Rotten is the one that got rid of the other Sporticus. As he says in the pilot, that he is going to keep Lazy Town lazy. Now, he is actively trying to make sure the Lazy Town stays the way it is. That is definitely making him the villain, the antithesis to Sporticus. So the theory goes that Robbie Rotten got rid of every other Sporticus. Unfortunately, that plotline is kind of, I just had to bring this in because I really love this song. Unfortunately, that theory has been debunked officially. I couldn't find evidence, but apparently Robbie Rotten's actor, may he rest in peace, Stefan Stefansson, did confirm that Robbie Rotten has never actually beaten any of the Sporticuses officially. So that led to a dead end. And I thought that this was going to be a bit more challenging, so I go to the Wayback Machine.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I find Lazy Town's page from 2004, shortly before the TV show in America piloted. Now here we have the origin story of the town. Now this is a little bit closer. If you don't feel like reading all of this, I can give a brief summary. This origin story declares that Robbie and a kid named Alex both grew up in this town. Robbie enjoyed the laziness of the town and really honed in on that, whereas Alex wanted to play. And Sporticus 9 was a hero that taught Alex how to be fit, how to be active. And when Sporticus 9's time came to leave, just go on and to brighter pastures, he left Alex a box. In that box was Sporticus 10 uniform, implying that he was passing the torch on to the next Sporticus. Now, that seems like a very, very nice situation. If it were actually true, there are so many plot holes that come from this. Now, for instance, when Sporticus gets a letter, he says, "I've heard of Lazy Town," and he has to pull out a history book. If he grew up in Lazy Town, why does he not know what Lazy Town is? And in addition, Mayor Meanswell is clearly much older than both Sporticus and Robbie. How could they have been raised in the town with the hero, Mayor Meanswell clearly having been alive during that time, and Mayor Meanswell's only ever heard stories of him, and he does not recognize Robbie as anyone other than just that guy that lives in the lair outside of town. How does he not recognize Sportacus when he comes in? You would think that would be a big thing. And to make matters even worse, Bessie Busybody is declared as Sportacus's mom. Are you to tell me that Bessie Busybody would not recognize her own son just because he came down from an airship instead of just from her house? So through all of these dead ends, I had to dive deep into the lore of LazyTown. I had to go on a journey. And through every twist and turn, I was coming up short until I took a step back and realized what I had just been too blind to see. The answer has been in front of us this entire time. The real truth to what happened to Sportacus 9 was Robbie Rotten. He is Sportacus 9.
Oh shit.
He is
God.
the only person in LazyTown, the only other Icelandic character, the only other character in LazyTown that has access to technology comparable to Sportacus's airship. The only other person that is as active as Sportacus. He's proclaimed to be the laziest man on the laziest town on the planet, but he actively plots. Every single episode, he is running around enacting his plots and schemes to stop Sportacus. He does more than any other person in LazyTown. Does that sound like a lazy man to you?
No.
Oh.
Now, you might be thinking we're going back to one of the former plot holes. That Mayor Meanswell is older than Robbie. He would recognize Robbie as the old Sportacus. How is that possible? Now, he would have to have some sort of, machine that could make him younger. He does. In the second season episode, Little Sportacus, Robbie Rotten creates a machine called the Littleizer 3000, and he plots to turn Sportacus back into a child so he cannot be a superhero. Now, as we know from numbers, Littleizer 3000 would imply that there are at least 2 other versions of this. Robbie has this technology, and he has used it on himself to de-age himself to become the villain of this story. So in the end, Robbie Rotten is Sportacus 9, and I have solved this mystery that Magnus Sheving has been avoiding for approximately 2 days.